Well, ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Richard, I know the market was closed yesterday, but a pretty quiet start on this four-day week for Wall Street.
And that's because everybody was at the mall.
Okay.
They're either buying gifts with the cards they got, or they're returning gifts that they didn't want, or they're busy packing up packages to send them back through Amazon and say, in any event, it was a very quiet day. You're exactly right. Wall Street hasn't seen volume this low since, well, on a full day trading, really a very, very long time. The top to bottom range for the Dow Jones Industrial Average was only 69 points, up 24 points at the high and down 45 points at the low. But when all was said and done, it was much ado about nothing. Let's take a look at these figures and you'll see exactly what I mean. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, look at that, up a whopping 0.03%. I'm sorry, make that down 0.03. Down 8 points at 24,746.21. Again, on very light volume of 596 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day was the biggest loser, down 1/3%, not quite 24 points at 6,936.25. That on volume of 1,303 million shares. And the S&P made it a clean sweep, although as you see, almost nothing going on, down by 0.1%, less than 3 points at 2,680.50. Well, light volume, yes, but big moves, believe it or not. Apple, you're familiar with Apple, down 2.5% today. The reason is there are reports that the sales of the iPhone X or the iPhone 10, depending on which you'd like to call it, came in at only about 30 million units compared to 50 million units, which had been expected. And of course, when a company comes out with a detail like that and the sales are much lower than expected, you look at Apple and you say, oh my goodness, but the stock was down 2.5% today. And Jacqueline, I have to tell you, not often that Apple takes a hit like that, but when you're that short on sales on a big motion like that, makes a huge difference.
I know, and I was quite surprised to see that number as well. And another big surprise, the news on Kohl's. What numbers do you have for us on that?
Retail in general, again, looked like a pretty good finish to the season. Kohl's stock was up almost 6% today. Macy's was higher. Dillard's was higher. So I think they think the old traditional brick and mortar may have survived for another year.
That's good to hear, because we've seen so many of those big online retailers bringing in that money.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.